What up, YouTube? This is your boy Screw, here for Hellacious Buffoonery and V.O.D television. It's about that time. Let's do it.
In the beginning of time, the cosmos is born. In the explosions of the universe, the elements are formed. Fuck your bitch ass money and being famous. You can suck the warm shit out my motherfucking anus. I refuse to entertain the oppressive mentality. I'll grave man like a woman. I live in equal reality. The word brings fatalities, yet life my actuality. I seek the knowledge of the one true father of creation. The beautiful sacred geometry he taught the ancient civilizations. The most dangerous blade is hidden and up to no good. In this nation our education maintains our subjugation. Yet to be a brave samurai you need a bit of black blood. And a heart deeper than a black hole. A soul darker than coal. With skills to pay the bills at God's will and his will alone. With no fear of drones, clones, gunshots or broken bones. I walk the graveyard till it's time to go home.
First off, we're going to look up the word hellacious. Hellacious. Okay? Very great, bad, or overwhelming. Hellacious. Buffoonery. Okay? Buffoonery, behavior that is ridiculous but amusing. Hellacious buffoonery. Now, very, very bad, and great, or overwhelming. Okay? And the buffoonery comes in that for some reason it's just behavior we can't just seem to turn away from or not look at. My goal in this is to enlighten the average person about the fuckery that's going on from the high levels all the way down to nothing. And of course, you know, you being on YouTube and being here, everybody and their mama gonna try to tell you, you need these credentials, you need that credentials. I need to know who you are. I need to verify. I need to look, because, you know, anybody can get up in here and make this shit up, and anybody can do this and anybody can do that. And again, I'm gonna call bullshit on that. That's bullshit, because I don't need anybody to verify who the fuck I am or to verify information that I can see and experience my own goddamn self. That's part of this whole thing of hellacious buffoonery. You don't need to see my fucking ID card. You don't need to know no goddamn credential that I got. You don't need to know who my homies are and who the fuck knows me and who I know them, so they can say, is this nigga that really, is Screw really like that? Yeah, he's really like that. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. People do that bullshit all the motherfucking time to try to throw you off from what you think you know or what you don't know. And really, the only ones that got to verify themselves is us. You know what I'm saying? White folks cannot know, you don't even know who that guy is. He just walks into the room and starts saying, okay, I need everybody to go over here and everybody to go over there. And people just start miraculously doing it. But anytime somebody black walks into the room, or a black man walks in the room and says, okay, I need y'all to go over here. Well, who is you, nigga? How'd you get over here? How'd you tell this? What's the story on you? Do you have your ID card? Are you a doctor? Are you a lawyer? Can I verify you? Can I know your homies? Do I know where you go? Man, it's all fucking bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. So this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. There's a lot of fuckery going on with black people, black men in particular, where they want to shape black men into one thing and they want to take black men into something else and all this other crap. And they want to tell you about what you gotta have to do and, you know, what you need to do and what you have to portray and how you need to live. And it's all, like I said, it's all bullshit. For one to make it and survive, it's up to that individual. What is success to you? It's whatever makes you happy. If you're happy doing what you're doing, then fuck the rest of the world. It doesn't matter what it is that you're into. As long as it's a benefit to you and it's a benefit to those around you, meaning you're not fucking off the rest of society or you're not killing yourself in the process trying to do whatever it is that you think you're trying to do, you're good. You're good. I don't see no other issues with it. But in this day and age, we have a lot of people that love to tell people what they can and can't do. There are a lot of people that want to claim experts on this, claim experts on that. And half the time, when they talk about the social circles that are or are not, they're not even a part of them or in them. You know what I mean? And then even if they are part of them or in them and they just talking shit, again, they just talking shit. You know, and that's what makes this all hellacious buffoonery. This whole fucking web media bullshit is hellacious buffoonery. You know what I'm saying? So the title comes up from I have a homeboy, you know, and he used to like tease me all the time because, you know, I do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, when we get back into let's digress and rewind and get into Screw. So I'm the type of nigga that brought you shit like this.
Cigarettes, coffee, alcohol, and coke. The devil got you by the throat on a slippery slope. The white man goes for broke, the black's still a joke. I leave hints and hope for the faithless drowning in the moat. Yet you scream for a life preserver, better yet a boat. But you can't flow through the shit unless you go for broke. That means let the heat smoke. Fuck the weak folk, they gave the heart to cigarettes, coffee, alcohol, and coke.
And I'm the type of nigga that's done shit like this. You know, and this is my later day shit. And then the rest of the shit, you know, in my earlier years, you know what I'm saying, I was all, you know, about the same thing, but a little more rough around the edges, as one would like to say. Having said, so now that you've understood who I am and where I come from, we doing this live and direct from Pasadena, California, all day, every day, Dina Nation. In case you niggas didn't know, that's how we do it. Hellacious buffoonery all day. So, I want to discuss the good, bad, and the ugly of black manhood, just to get this going. This is the first podcast that I'm setting off. The first time I started doing this shit. As I've heard great men say, you got to build it while you drive it, or build it while you rolling on it, which is a lot of truth to that, because when I was in the military and we was on the boat, we repaired that motherfucker while we was floating on the water. So there's some truth to that shit. So we're going to build this motherfucker while we driving. The good, bad, and the ugly about manhood, in particular black manhood. I can't really, this podcast that I'm doing is for anybody to watch. Anybody can watch. This is the internet. I can't say, you know, white people don't be watching my shit. Chinese and Mexican people, y'all don't be watching my shit. I can't say all that. This is the internet. Anybody and their mama can watch this. But I'm only talking to a particular people. I'm only talking to a certain people. And that's my own people. I'm not really dropping my thoughts on everyone else because, number one, I'm not culturally attached to everyone else. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do a lot of different shit. Asian people do different shit that I do. Mexican people do different shit that I do, or Latin people do different shit that I do. Excuse the term when I say, I say Mexican because I'm from California, so we don't get a lot of different Latin cultures. We do get a lot of Central and South Americans, but they don't really get along. You know, they get treated like us. You know what I mean? So a lot of Central and South Americans get treated like the Native Americans or the black people that are already up in the United States. So when they come from South America or Central America and they make it up into the United States thinking they're going to get a better life, they get slammed with that nigga shit and they get ran through the gauntlet. And then, of course, we already know how Mexico feels about anything that's dark. So, having said, when we, as we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, I'm talking about us as men. Us. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing about us is that, as coming up, as a child coming up in the early 70s, then touching down out the playground and in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, through the whole hip hop era, crack era, and all that other bullshit. When we were coming up, we didn't speak to each other a lot as black men. We didn't talk to each other a lot. We were mean to each other, you know what I'm saying? It was like, fuck you, nigga, where you from? If you wasn't from my hood, you know, you was subject to get either beat down, rat packed, smashed, or whatever the fuck, blasted. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily jacked. I ain't even seen a nigga. Only time I seen, when I was coming up, only time I seen a nigga get his pockets ran through was when he violated. So like you walked up into the wrong sections talking the wrong shit, a nigga knock your ass out, run your pockets. And that's the price you paid for talking that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you got, that's the only time I ever really seen niggas just get jacked like that. Like nowadays, you know, they robbing out of necessity. We robbing out of trying to feed kids and, you know, trying to make it and shit. So they're robbing for a totally different reason. It just seemed like when I was coming up, when I was watching this shit a lot in school and everything else, it was basically, you know, checking a nigga, you know, nigga, who you talking to? Oh, okay, that's going to cost you. Bah, 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 let's take your shit. So, but nowadays, you know, it's, you know, we're trying to make it. But the opposite is just going on. So as kids, we didn't talk to other black kids that much, unless you were from the neighborhood or you knew who they were, because that was a dangerous thing. Now, as a black man, a lot of people will, you know, a lot of black people speak to each other. Like now, I'll be like, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, man, what's up? You know, whether he from over there or not. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of friends that's from the other side of the tracks, and I got a lot of friends that's from the same side of the tracks. And everybody, the reason why nobody's arguing about what side of the tracks you from is because at the end of the day, we all in the same soup line trying to get the same fucking gruel so we can eat. So that's what's really going on in the end of the day. That's a good thing, because that shows that there's that solidarity between black men is starting to resonate in effect. But the problem with black men is we still have these lines that we draw in between each other, from economy to intelligence to, you know, social standards and emotional rationale. And don't get me wrong, you know, intelligence is very important. You don't want to talk to no stupid motherfuckers. Who wants to spend their time talking to a fucking idiot? You know what I mean? So, you got to be intelligent. You have to have a level of intelligence. That's a universal thing. And black men are very intelligent, even though they may not have the linguistic skills to express said intelligence. You know what I mean? So we don't have necessarily mastered and talk the king's English. We don't necessarily, is it the king or the queen? One of them fuck crackers English, you know. We don't necessarily know their English, you know what I mean, the perfect terms and how to speak. But nonetheless, we do know how to communicate. Hip hop has proven that. So within these walls, we're learning to communicate a lot better. And we're learning to speak to each other a lot better. You know what I mean? We're learning to express things that normally black men wouldn't express, wouldn't talk about, wouldn't go through. You know, from finances to women, to how we're being treated, to firearms and protecting yourself. You know what I mean? And even though we still got a lot of black men that, I don't want to be around no gun. You still got a lot of black men, I'm still going to call the police. You still got a lot of black men that are going to abide by the system, which is fair, because we're living in America. And America, you know, you're subjected to the rules and regulations of the country. Everybody talks the bullshit about trying to escape a certain mentality in America, but yet they flock to this motherfucker and do exactly what they're supposed to do to make money. And it's funny because people will argue and tell you